Hey everybody, welcome to the Rookies of the Year. We have no Javi today, so I had to step in and show Rob knows ball that he doesn't know so much ball. And we go on a Monday, September 15th. Happy birthday to little Dougie Curto. I'm sure he's not watching, but I'll tell him to watch. Anyway,
Happy birthday.
Yeah, right. He's a good kid, man. He was when I used to coach football. My son was a quarterback, and he was also a quarterback. So, and now he's like a nephew to me. Anyway, we move on. We progress to week 2. We're almost done with it. We got games tonight. We got 2 games tonight. How do you feel about the 2 Monday night games on the slate? Would you rather just be the one?
I love it.
See, here's why.
No, I love it.
Here's why I don't really love it, because they can kind of overlap. Yeah, and then what do you do? Do you know what I'm saying? What do you do? So I only really need the one. I only need the one. Plus,
I guess it would be better. I guess it would be better if they just do one East Coast, one West Coast, so that they don't overlap at all. But then we'd be staying up till 1 a.m. to watch the West Coast game. But I'd still rather that than have the overlap.
Yeah, 100%. That's
this Chargers Raiders start tonight.
I think 9:30. I'm looking right now. I'll tell you right now. I'm almost positive.
At 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, and then we got 10 o'clock.
All right.
So it might not. You know what? It unless we have a slow moving or a tight Bucs Texans game, it won't overlap. The only time you see like the 1 o'clocks from the 4 o'clocks go, and it also obviously. Advertising. I think there's going to probably be more advertising on a Monday night game than there is during a Sunday 1 o'clock game. So that could also help it overlap, because they might be just more TV timeouts. You know what I mean? So hopefully it doesn't. Out of the 2, which one are you looking forward to more?
Bucs Texans for sure. Chargers Raiders.
Raiders are better than most people I think are giving them credit for. Now they're still the last place team in the division. Not technically right now because they're 1-0, but I think when it's all said and done, when the smoke clears, Raiders will be the last place team in that division, right? But they are better than they were last year, to be fair, right? I mean, better at quarterback, better at the running game. Another year of Brock Bowers now progressing. He's gonna be better. The only one that you ever really see that year 2, regression from is really the quarterbacks. The other players seem to kind of even get more into it, right? But the Chargers out, they look dangerous too. So this one here, it's a 3.5 spread with the Chargers as the favorite. Where do you go with this one?
I think I'd take the Chargers to cover. I think they're going to cover. I do agree that the Raiders are a lot better than a lot of people are giving them credit for, including myself. But I think the Chargers, they're out to prove something right now. They're going to win tonight. They're going to start 2-0, and I think that firmly puts them as the favorite in the AFC West, especially after the Chiefs went down yesterday. We're going to talk about that, though, too.
Which is crazy, though, because I think if you really took a poll in the beginning of the season, more people would have had them finishing in 3rd place. I think the Broncos got a lot of off-season love, and they got a loss. And we'll get into a little bit more, but Kansas City's got 2 losses, and we will talk about that in a little bit. So I think if you polled a lot of people, I think you were looking at it as it was going to be a Charger 3rd place spot. Javi, you can show up in the stream, but you can't show up for your show, Javi. What am I supposed to think?
We'll give Javi some slack.
We'll give him some slack. Yeah, for sure.
He's celebrating Victory Monday right now. He was in Miami. He was in Miami yesterday, so we got to see that crazy game. That must have been insane. The 2 back-to-back. Did you see it? The punt return touchdown for Miami. Followed. I
saw the highlights. I didn't get to watch that. That was one of the games I was able to see live. I really just paid attention to no voice gentleman. Yeah, well, maybe that's a good hobby then, right? But yeah, we appreciate you being here. Don't worry, we're gonna hold down the fort for you, and then you'll be good as new next week. He'll be good as new next week, so we'll look forward to him coming back. Well, I think it'll be okay. But yeah, listen, the Dolphins are a mess, and if you look at these post-game press conferences by this clown McDaniel, you don't see someone that is confident in his job. Again, we made reference, or at least I made reference when I was on shows this past week. Love Rex Ryan calling him Nerd Boy, loved it. McGenius Nerd Boy. But what did we see in the post-game press conference, right? We seen a guy who couldn't even look up at the reporters. He was looking down at the microphone and was like, well, and like, yo, come on, man. Like, I want to see some passion, bro. You're a fucking head coach in the NFL. There's only 32 jobs. Only 32 people can have one of these jobs at the same time, and you're one of them. And that's how you head into the press conference, bro. And he did it again yesterday with this, well, I don't know. Like, you look so defeated. It's time to pack up. If I was ownership, and I said this during the first week's press conference, I would have walked in 2 minutes into that press conference and said, dude, pack your shit, get out. There's the door. Get the like Ari Gold in Entourage. I wrote it on the whiteboard, said, get the fuck out. Because
I think it's kind of funny because he had a pretty good start to his tenure, with the Dolphins. Like the first 2 years were solid.
The roster is there. And here's the thing with when you try to lead a team of men into battle, right? They're going to realize you're full of shit eventually if you are. Fair? You know what? He first gets there. He's this guy, this offensive guru genius from San Francisco. He comes in, and they realize this guy's got no edge to him, no reason for me to really kind of listen to him. He's more like my pal than someone I really got to respect. He just doesn't command respect, bro. I mean, and we're seeing it in both post-press game pressers. Just not commanding respect. And eventually your team is going to catch on. So in the beginning, the roster was there. The roster's still there. There's still a roster there. But they've now finally caught on to the fact that they don't really have any respect for this guy. And he's not commanding respect. So eventually what he was doing kind of went away because he wasn't able to keep it in order. And now here we are with a mess of a team down in Miami. I know a lot of people call me crazy when I said 5-12. 5-12 might be good. I might be overselling the Dolphins this year. So but I know a lot of people calls me crazy. They're the second place team in the division. They're 5-12, and they might not even get 5. So what's going on there is an absolute disgrace. And I'm no Dolphin fan. I'm glad it's a disgrace as a Jet fan, right? But as a football fan, watching this take place with an old-fashioned legendary team like Miami, who I love when they're good because I love that Jet Dolphin rivalry. And let's face it, Dolphins have a good rivalry with their whole division, right? So when they're good, the Bills-Dolphins games are excellent. The Bills-Patriots games are excellent. They always play the Patriots. I'm not talking about Bills-Patriots, Dolphins-Patriots. And they always seem to play the Patriots pretty well, right, over the last few years. And the Jets-Dolphins living through that rivalry, I love those games. They're a team I love to hate, but it's hard to hate them when they're so pitiful right now. You know what I mean? It's like you want to see the – no, but like you're a Yankee fan. Don't you love it when the Red Sox are good?
To an extent. I love when they're good, but we're still better than them.
I actually don't even mind it when they have when I actually don't mind it because I've lived through the times of where like in the late 80s where they were better than us at times. I've seen I love to have to climb that mountain as a fan. Do you know what I mean? Be able to have to climb that mountain and then get over that hump and being like, gotcha, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I love it. So for sure. like beating the Patriots in the playoffs as a Jet fan a few years ago, more than a few years ago. What was it, 2010? That was my Super Bowl, as it turns out. It was the second round, the divisional round. It was my Super Bowl because the climb of beating that team is so excellent when you finally get over it. And that's the same thing with here. I want the Dolphins to be good because I want those games to mean something. I want to hate them. I want to be, and I want to hate the Red Sox. I want to hate the Dolphins. I want to, them beating the hell out of us yesterday with Buffalo and the Jets. We won't go into the Buffalo Jet game just yet, but it makes me want to beat them more the next time I get to see them. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why I hated the Patriots, because when there was a time where it was the Jets and the Patriots at one point really like running that division some years ago, it made those games special. If the Patriots weren't really that good and we were just running roughshod, then yeah, like as a Patriot fan, I could see it being like, I want these other teams to be good because I want to have a rivalry with somebody. So it's the same thing with the Dolphins, man. I want them to be good. What?
100%.
Yeah, 100%. So I want them.
I'm a Steelers fan, The Browns, for most of my life, have been a terrible team.
Yeah.
But once they started becoming decent, I actually grew a hatred for them.
That's what I'm saying. Like
when they were terrible, like there was nothing to hate on.
It's almost a respect. It's almost a level of respect. It's not so much hating them, like you hate them, but it's because you respect them so much. You know what I mean? Yeah. So and that's where I'm kind of getting at. So, but you know what? Let's get back to Monday night real quick. So you're taking the Chargers over the Raiders. With the spread. Well, either way, because they're 3.5 favorites, so you got them taking that. What do you see? Like, give me a score.
In Vegas, not that it really matters. They don't have a home field anyway.
Yeah, they're still working on building that.
27-17.
Yeah, that's a fair score. I think they could put up a couple of more points than that. I could see it being like a 30-17 game, but yeah, I
think they're gonna close for most of the night.
I think that's we got our boy TJ has his lead lock pipes, right? Lead pipe locks. This could be one of them to me, man. I feel like that's a no-brainer. This other one though, Bucs Texans in Houston, not as easy. We got the Houston's up by their favorite 2.5. We got Bucs 2.5 dogs. I like the Bucs. Am I wrong? Am I crazy?
I like the Bucs, but the Texans have to be desperate here. Like, you don't want to start Owens. Granted, they do play in a weak division, so they can overcome an 0-2 start.
100%.
But the Colts are 2-0 right now. And we're going to get into them too. Daniel Jones has them out to a 2-0 start. But no matter what, if you're the Texans, you don't want to start 0-2.
Well, no team does, right? Because you see like the playoff percentage drop dramatically at 0-2, right? I always remember the Giants in '86, was it? A little early. I was just a youngin', so I don't really remember the season too much, but I always go back to that season. They started off 0-2 that year. This is back when it was 16 game schedules. They started off 0-2, and they ended up winning 14 in a row on their way to the Super Bowl. So they I think they lost. They lost to Seattle and maybe I want to say Washington, because Seattle used to be an NFC team back then. Oh, I'm sorry, an AFC team back then. They used to be an AFC team. They were in the AFC West back in the day. I believe they lost to Washington. It definitely Seattle, and I believe the other team was Washington. And then they went on to rail off. So it's in some cases it doesn't always mean something, right? I remember Dallas when they had Emmitt Smith holding out. They started off 0-2 because Emmitt Smith didn't play in 2 games. Came back for week 3, and then they went on a run 2 themselves. So and they ended up winning the Super Bowl that year. So having said all that, Texans can't really afford to start 0-2, but here's the thing. Are the Colts really a strong 2-0 team? Like, do we expect the shoe to drop on the Colts?
Yes.
No, but why? They played the Dolphins, who are horrendous, right? Week 1. So we're not really surprised at that win, right?
It's more so I'm not a believer in Daniel Jones. That's really what it's coming down to.
You're never a believer until you are, though, right? I always say, like Judge, he's never going to hit in the postseason until he does.
Nobody was a believer in Sam Darnold except for you, actually.
And who was right?
Yeah. And
so there you go.
A believer in Geno Smith, and look where he's at now.
Yeah, playing tonight.
Daniel Jones might be that next guy.
Colts beat a really good team yesterday. Like I said, a lot of people at the Broncos challenging the Chiefs for the division, and Colts put up 29 points on a defense that's regarded as one of the top defenses in the league. And the Colts went out there and they put up 29 points. So let's look at Daniel Jones. 22. Oh, I'm looking at Bo Nix. My bad. 23 of 34, 316, one touchdown, no picks. Only sacked once.
Jonathan Taylor had a monster game.
Yeah, and that's what helps too, right? When you can do that, when you have Jonathan Taylor, who's finally healthy after a few years, put up 165 yards on 25 touches or carries, and then what did he do in the passing? Two catches, 50 yards. So he had over 215 all-purpose yards on 27 touches. That's
if Jonathan Taylor is healthy for the whole season, the Colts can sneak out a playoff spot.
Oh, for sure. Especially if you're going to have the Texans start off 0-2 tonight.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in that division that says they can't win this division. Let's go to the NFL. And of course, it's not showing me the standings.
Tyler Warren has already had a really solid start through 2 games. I expect him not to slow up at all.
Jacksonville, we don't trust Jacksonville.
Definitely not.
We don't trust Tennessee. Well, we know they're not there yet. They got a lot of work to do still. They have their quarterback in the future. I hope so for them. I don't know. I don't see him as being a star. Some people do. But
I like what I've seen from him so far, given that his O-line is awful.
Yeah.
He's making some.
Although I'll tell you what. People want to give him credit for that pass that he made.
Did you see that throw he made yesterday?
Across his body, across the
entire field. Let
me tell you something. If he throws that pass 10 times, I think 7 of those times it gets intercepted. Listen. I didn't see the interaction between him and his coach when he came off on the sidelines. If it was Bill Parcells, let me tell you something. I've seen Bill Parcells scold a player who scored touchdowns numerous times as a head coach, because if they didn't run the play right and it got lucky, people still rest on that. He does that like 1 or 2 more times. Guess what? He's going to start doing it all the time, and it's not always going to work out. You can't throw across your body, across the field like that. It just doesn't work. He got lucky, I think. It wasn't a great pass, right? The guy kind of had to get under it. It wasn't like, it wasn't a great pass. To me, it was a heave, and it was a lucky touchdown. And if anybody disagrees with me, please explain to me how that wasn't luck. Explain to me how that wasn't someone's that's a good pass. It wasn't. It happened to just fall in his guy's hands.
It was nice.
Go over the play in your mind. It was nice. It was fantastic. It was exciting. Was it a smart football move?
It wasn't a smart football move.
No. So would you say I'm incorrect by saying if he throws that pass 10 times, it's intercepted a handful of times?
Yeah. Maybe not
7 out of 10. All right, 5 out of 5. 4 out of 10 is still 4 picks. That's still 4 interceptions out of 10 passes. If your quarterback threw 10, if Aaron Rodgers, your quarterback on your team, threw 10 passes and 4 of them were picks, you'd be livid.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, only 4 picks out of 10 throws. You can have that. You cannot have that,
shit, bro.
It landed correctly. It's nice. If you don't know football, you're excited about that. If you don't know football, if you know football, you're saying, wow, great play. Let him get a touchdown. Don't do that shit again. Am I wrong or right? Just tell me. If I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong.
No.
You can't just say because he scored the touchdown. You can't just say the reason why. That's what I'm saying. So we need to like dial it back. Oh, he made a great play. He made a lucky play. That's the story I'm going. Now, our friend Dave might not agree because he's a huge Cam Ward guy, a friend of ours, Dave. Acquaintance of ours.
It's a lot of arm strength there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just don't think he's going to be great. But having said that, listen, he's got a touchdown pass that was exciting. Don't do it again. But yeah, like, listen, Indiana's in the driver's seat right now. So it's, Indianapolis is definitely in the driver's seat. If Houston loses tonight, that is going to be a huge, huge thing for the Colts, especially in this division. Bucs could probably get away with taking a loss here. They got out of, it's 2 road games. You expect them to lose some games, right? Losing in Houston isn't an egregious thing. Go on the road, lose to Houston. You went to Atlanta, the division in Atlanta. You got out of Atlanta with a win. Now you're going to Houston, and I think if you take the L here, it's not really that bad, But I think they win. I have them winning outright. Forget about the spread. I have them winning outright. Take the money line on the Bucs. That's what I'm doing.
It's Texans -2.5.
Yeah, Texans are favorite. Bucs are dogs.
I got the Texans by like a field goal.
So you're taking the Texans.
Yeah.
See, I'm taking the Bucs. I'm taking the Bucs by a field goal.
Yeah.
I got a 27-24 game right now.
They have to win this game. And if they don't, I think it tells us a lot about them as a team.
Which team? The Texans?
Because like you said, the Bucs, they don't really need to win. The Bucs lose today.
They can recover a loss here. It's not even a home loss. It's not a division loss. It's not even a conference loss. They can recover from 1-1 with this loss.
If they lose today, they're still in first place in the division.
Yeah, 100%. And I think they can go on a run here. Texans. Listen, they got the Jets next week. That's a win. I had that from the beginning of the season, even as a Jet fan. I had that as a win.
Yeah, that's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna be there rooting for the Bucs, obviously. Who are you rooting for in that game?
Which game?
Jets Bucs. You're a Bucs fan, right?
I'm a Jets fan first, so I will have my Joe Namath jersey on. I will be enjoying my Joe Namath jersey. It'll be the only Bucs game this year that I go to that I'm not wearing a Bucs jersey. After that, the Bucs jersey comes out, and my Sunday 1:00 game is a white Mike Evans jersey. And then I think because I want to have one every different time or day is going to be a different jersey. So Sundays at 1:00 is like
I didn't even know you had a Bucs jersey.
My son got me it for Father's Day.
Nice. I think you did mention that actually.
Yeah, so he got it for Father's Day, so I had some for the game. I told him, I said the only game he's going to be able to go with us to is that Jet game because he's coming down for it. And I said it's a shame that you got me this jersey and I can't even wear it to the game with you because I got to wear the Jet jersey. But yeah, so my Sunday 1:00 game is white Mike Evans. I think I'm going to go creamsicle Mayfield for my Thursday night game, which is in December. And then I'll have one for when we have to do a Sunday night game. I'm going to get it. So there'll always be for every different time slot, there'll be a jersey. This year, it's all going to be the white Mike Evans because all our games are at 1:00 except for one Thursday night game. So that game, I think I'm going to do the cream. I'll go out and get myself the creamsicle Mayfield. And I got to get a Nabuka jersey.
How much are these jerseys?
I don't know, a couple hundred, I think. What do they go for nowadays?
No clue.
I'm not going to look at it.
I mean, I'm going to get all these games. I might as well get a jersey.
You might as well, right? Who are you going with a Buka?
Yeah, I think I got to go with the rookie.
White or red or creamsicle?
I love cream.
Now, white creamsicle or home creamsicle? Like away or white or home?
The home one.
Okay. That's fair. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do with a Buka. I mean, not Buka, but maybe.
The white one looks nice, though. The white one looks nice. But
it does. I already have But I already have the white one for their regular jersey, so that's why I think I'm gonna go creamsicle for Mayfield. I like that 6 on that creamsicle. And then my other, like I said, if I have a Sunday night game or a Monday night game that I'm going to, I got to come up with something else, and I'll probably go with Buka for one of those, and I might go with the red.
So I think I'm gonna go with the white creamsicle actually.
Okay, fair. All right, so let's get into some more stuff. We're gonna go through our topics. So we kind of had just this little hangout stuff. We only got, we don't have much time left. We're gonna do a little bit of an abbreviated show, but let's talk Chiefs Eagles, man. It's Philly has looked unbeatable coming into yesterday's game. If I told you, hey, listen, Eagles lose at Arrowhead, would that I think a lot of people thought that was going to be the case, right? You always want
to 50-50 on it,
but they can recover from that. Because talking about like where you lose games, right? It's a road game against one of the toughest stadiums to play in, out of the conference. That's a game as an Eagle team at this point, week 2, you can afford to lose. So it's an acceptable loss, 100%, an acceptable loss. Chiefs, on the other hand, starting out 0-2. That they needed this win more than the Eagles. And I really had thought it was a no-brainer that the Chiefs would win in this game, because I looked at it like the Chiefs need this win, the Eagles don't. And here we are at a spot right now.
That's kind of where I'm at with the Bucs and Texans game.
But I feel like this is even more crucial because these teams are even more important to the playoff picture, right? What do the Chiefs do right now? Do you think in their playoffs?
What was that?
Are they in danger of missing the playoffs?
I don't.
Obviously, they're in danger. So my real question is, do you think they will?
No, I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs.
Do you think they win the division?
No.
You think they can?
It kind of depends what happens tonight. If the Chargers win tonight, I think the Chargers definitely win that division. But if they lose tonight, then that puts Chargers, Raiders at 1-1. Chiefs are only a game back at 0-2. I think that keeps them alive.
The craziest
the Raiders will be 2-0. But even if the Raiders are 2-0, I don't think they're winning that division. Whereas if the Chargers are 2-0, I think they are definitely winning the division.
I was one of the people that we talked about earlier how a lot of people in the offseason had it really Chiefs and Bucs. I'm sorry, the Chiefs and Broncos with Chargers, and then Raiders, right? That was the way I looked at the division.
I had it Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
Okay, so you had the Broncos right up there. They already now with 15 games left, they have a 2-game lead. Not unbreakable. It's not an unbreakable lead, but it is going to be tough. Now they obviously they still play each other one more time. And here's what they shouldn't have done either. It to me, when you play a division game and you put that at a neutral site, that should be illegal in the NFL. I don't get. Am I wrong, bro?
No.
Steelers versus Ravens. Steelers supposed to be the home team, and they say, "Oh, this game's going to be in London." You would be livid.
I would. That's not football. That's not the NFL.
I'm okay with having. I've said this before. If you're going to have 17 games, the way they should do the schedule is 8 home, 8 away, 1 neutral. Everybody gets a neutral stay. It doesn't have to be in London. It could be in Mexico. It could be in Canada. It could be in a city where they don't even have football. San Antonio. St. Louis doesn't have a team right now. Put it somewhere to kind of see if you can draw up the interest to put an expansion team there at one point. But when you take it, but you can't use it for a divisional game. You can't use it for a divisional game. Those games are too important to the division, to the playoff picture. To me, it's beyond. It's beyond ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. I think it should even be conference games. I think it should only be interconference games. An AFC team versus an NFC team. That's the game that you put in a different spot at a neutral site.
Definitely.
And again, 8 home, 8 away. Nobody should get. Why should one team be lucky enough with the luck of the draw to have 9 home games and 8 away games when you got a team that has the opposite. Or you might even have a team now that has only 7 or no, I'm sure they didn't work it that way. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not.
I think it's all.
It's
AFC.
not playing on.
I'm pretty sure all AFC has 9. All NFC has 8.
Oh, so they do it by conference that way?
Yeah, I think they alternate.
You're still playing on a. You're taking something that's supposed to be on a level playing field, and you're because now there's travel involved. So even if you say, oh well, all the NFCs, but we're still traveling. What if that AFC team or that NFC team needs that extra game for a win? And now it's they just traveled 2 weeks in a row. Now they got to travel a third time in a row. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's more to it than just that. If this is supposed to be a level playing field, and therefore it needs to basically be completely level. 8 home, 8 away, 1 neutral. And again, you take those neutral games and it goes into a thing, and you say, okay, who goes where? We got London, we got Germany, we got Spain, we got France. We got maybe Toronto gets a game, maybe Montreal gets a game, Mexico City got a game, Brazil gets a game, St. Louis gets a game. Where else could we maybe put a team that we don't that might be worthy of an expansion team? Maybe Orlando gets a game.
They could put the Jets. They could put the Jets in New York for a game.
That's neither here nor there, bro. I know that was a dig. I know it was a dig, but be original because that's been a joke for like 50 years. So be original. That was as bad as I mean, listen, if you want to talk about cliched jokes, I guess you're the king of them, though, right? Low-hanging fruit? Well, you're not that tall, so you need the low-hanging fruit.
Bro, I'm taller than you, and that's all that matters.
First off, you're not. You're not. Bro. At most, we're the same height. At most, we're the same height. Yeah, and I joke around saying I'm taller than you, but at most, we're the same height. At most.
All of our coworkers disagree. They all say that I'm taller than you, bro.
You're making that up right now because that's never been a topic of conversation. Are you having these votes when I'm not around? Are you having these votes when I'm not around?
Bro, you have been there for this.
I've never been there when everyone's like, "Oh no, Rob's taller." Never. Right, I'm not lying. You are making up unfactual events that never occurred. Never occurred. And if you are having these, have you ever had any of these without me? And was I not there for them? I must not have been there for them. And if that's the case, if that's the case, thank you for thinking of me. Thank you. I want to say thank you for letting me have that space up there for free while I wasn't around.
Gaslighting me.
That's one of my favorite things. I've been gaslighting all week, man. I don't know what to tell you. That's just what we do here. All right, so let's get into some more stuff, man. So so we think the Chiefs need. I mean, they got to go on a run. Problem is they've lost some weapons, right? You got Rashee Rice obviously out.
I mean, let's just be blunt. Their receiving
Worthy's out. Oh yeah,
the receiving core is awful.
They gotta make a move. They gotta make a move before the deadline.
I mean, there's
guys there. Tyreek Hill.
Their only real target is Rashee Rice. He missed almost the whole season last year.
Hollywood Browns had a decent.
He's missing the first 6 games this year.
Hollywood Browns had a decent start. What did he do yesterday? What did Brown do yesterday? Let's see.
He had what? I think he had 5 catches for 30 yards or some shit.
It's 15 on the season. That's 15 on the season.
What? He has 15 catches?
Yeah, he had 10 for week 1.
Yeah, but they're all like checkdowns.
I'm just saying,
30,
you know what?
30 yards yesterday. Am I right?
Let me double check.
Yeah, 5 catches for 30
yards. 5 catches, 30 yards. He had a bigger game on.
He had 10 catches for 99 yards. That's just not a reliable wide receiver one, though.
It's not. It's not. But if you add another receiver, like you add Tyreek Hill to this mess, that's a good duo.
If you add that's a good duo. And then once Rashee Rice is back, that's maybe the best receiving core. Nah, it's a top 5 receiving core.
It's a top 5 receiving core. Fair. Because we got you got there's other teams out there that
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. So yeah, I mean, he's gone 6 weeks, bro. He's gone 6. He's gone for another 4 games.
He's gonna miss the game against Baltimore, and he's gonna miss the game against Detroit,
which they really need a weapon on.
They also play at the Giants, and at the Jaguars. I think realistically they're 2-4 going in, like after 6 games. They're probably 2-4.
Let's see. One.
They do get Baltimore and Detroit at home, so that helps. But that offense just isn't good, bro.
The problem with this is you'd like them to have those weaker games at home because then you know that's a definite win. Like Giants in Kansas City is a definite win. Jaguars in Kansas City is a definite win. But when you got to go to New York and you got to go to Jacksonville, anything can happen. Look, Giants played the Cowboys tough yesterday.
Russell Wilson had 450 yards.
So that's what I'm saying. So now I'd rather have played the Chiefs and the Lions because if I feel I don't have a chance to beat the Chiefs and Lions, I'd rather just play them on the road and get those road losses out of the way instead of having a home loss. Yeah. So I mean, you can look at it the other way too, saying, hey, well, maybe being home is that extra little edge to maybe beat the Ravens and to maybe beat the Detroit Lions, but their roster is just not good enough on offense, man. Like you just said, there's not enough weapons there. There's just not.
Without Rashee Rice playing, I don't think they can win either of those games. Because I just don't know where
unless they do what?
Trade for Tyreek Hill.
Trade for Tyreek Hill. What? Yeah, you can bring it. Nora's in the house. Yeah, they need to make a move. Tyreek Hill, if he's not available yet, will be available really soon because that's going to be. Could you imagine keeping some of these guys on that team and they're like 0-6, Miami? It's going to be bad.
So Jalen Waddle? You think Jalen Waddle gets moved too?
I think A-Chain stays because you're not paying him a lot. What are you paying Waddle? He's not on a rookie deal anymore, right? How long's he been in the league?
Jalen Waddle.
Thanks.
He's a 5th-year receiver. He was drafted in 2021.
Oh, so he's still under. He didn't get his second contract yet.
He signed a 3-year extension worth 84.
Oh, okay, so he did. Okay.
With $76 million guaranteed.
And when did he sign that?
That was in May 2024.
And there was a 3-year extension, so he's got only 1 year after this.
The contract doesn't even kick in until next season.
Oh, so it's on top of his rookie deal. So it's 3. So it's this year and then 3 more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I thought maybe it was like they just chopped up the original. Here's this going forward. Then in that case, that's a horse of a different color because then that puts him only with 1 more year after this year. I don't think they trade him. I think he stays. I think A-Chain stays. I think he stays. You're not going to be able to get out from that Tua contract. So you're stuck with Tua. But Waddle, I mean, but there's no way. Tyreek Hill is on this team by the trading deadline. There's no way.
I mean, he has to be a Kansas City Chief.
Or a Steeler. I think those are the 2 main candidates. I know you'd love to see him there, but it's going to be whoever can pony up the most for him.
Or if we could somehow
it's not a money deal. It's not a money deal. You got his contract. It's not a money deal.
I would even take Jalen Waddle, but like you said, they're not going to trade both of those guys.
No, because they can build with Waddle. They can build with Waddle with the new organization.
Yeah. I think Tyreek Hill is going to be in Kansas City.
Yeah.
If they let another team trade for him, then
that's a great.
that would be ridiculous.
I know, and again, I know you would love him on the Steelers, but if I'm Tyreek Hill,
I would want to go back to Kansas City.
Exactly, because there's a long-term future there. We don't know what happens next year at quarterback for the Steelers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We know
he's already familiar with this system, too.
Already familiar with the system.
Already familiar with Mahomes.
Familiar with Andy Reid. Andy Reid's going nowhere. Think about Travis Kelce because he's not the same player that Kelce's not the same Kelce when Hill was there the first time, right? So, but Patrick Mahomes is. He's won Super Bowl still. that's a place where it would make so much sense. It would be ridiculous. It'd almost be like he just graduated from college and he's coming back. It's almost like what they said with LeBron when LeBron went from, Cleveland to Miami, won some championships. Only he didn't win the championships in Miami, but now he's going to go back to middle of the country. That's the only thing different is Hill didn't leave to win championships. Hill left to get his bag. LeBron left for championships and then came back and got his bag. But
yeah.
Not
only that, I feel like if Tyreek Hill goes back to Kansas City, that would kind of be like a 1A and 1B with him and Rashee Rice.
I don't put Rashee Rice as that high. You're higher on him than I am. No, I think he's a great receiver. Or not great. I think he's a really good receiver. I think he's very talented. I love him. I don't put him that high on the chain. If he goes there, he's a number 2 for sure. It's not 1B to me.
I think Hill has fallen a little bit, and I like where Rice is at.
I hear you. I still think Hill is a more dangerous receiver than Rice.
More dangerous for sure.
And I'm not saying that. It sounds like I'm trying to knock him. Like, oh, he's not. I have him as a really good number 2, maybe the best number 2 in the league. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't have him as a number 1. I think that's one of the things that they're lacking. And now if you put him, Hollywood Brown, and Rashee Rice on the same team, like we said earlier, that's 3. And you still have Kelsey, and you have Noah Gray, who a lot of people like Noah Gray is the guy that's going to take over for Kelsey down the road. You got Pacheco who can catch the ball.
That's a Super Bowl team.
Now we're talking. Now this 0-2 start is just a little bump on the road. We worry about the offensive line a little bit. They had some people move off that line. I think they moved off Tooney a little too soon. I don't know why they felt they had to move off Tooney and traded him to the Bears, but it is what it is. But yeah,
their running game concerns me.
They haven't got on track running the ball yet. That is also a product of the line not being what it was. I don't think they should have moved off Tooney this soon. Maybe they know something that we don't, but case in point, they're not running the ball like they have in the past.
Yeah.
So,
but even the last year or two, I don't think their running game has been that great. I just don't. Isaiah Pacheco, I expect.
Do you think he's overrated?
Huh?
Do you think he's overrated, Pacheco?
Yes.
I think what happened is where people are hard to decide if he's overrated or not. He kind of one of these guys that came out of nowhere. He went to Rutgers, so nobody really followed him much in college. I would gather to say most people that know him very well in the NFL probably didn't even know him in college. Not many of us watched Rutgers University, right? Unless you're a big East guy or wherever, whatever. But unless you're a big Rutgers guy, big Jersey guy, you were probably not watching Rutgers, which means you don't see them in the big games, maybe a couple times here and there. So you weren't really paying attention. I would gather that most people didn't know who he was when he came into the NFL. Maybe around draft times, you start looking at, who are all the backs, right? So I think that's the part is he came in super underrated, played really well, and now he kind of got a little overrated. We need to see where he really is at, and maybe after the a few games this season, we'll see. I don't think he's as good as he was on his high, but I don't think he's as bad as he is right now. I think this is more of a product of the offensive line.
As of right now, I mean, his peak right now is his rookie season.
Yeah, and I think it's partly because he came out of nowhere. Yeah. I don't think anybody knew what to expect from him, and then we're like, this, he's a fat little back, and but I think we'll see. But yeah, the Chiefs are definitely in danger of losing that spot. They need to make a move. Hill would set things right. Getting Rashee Rice back sets things right. And I think they can do something at that point. That's also going to take pressure off the running game as well. You know what I mean? With no guys back there, it's easier to stack the box against the run.
Yeah.
Because who do you got to worry about catching the ball other than Hollywood Brown, who's not that number 1 guy. So
their leading rusher yesterday was Patrick Mahomes by a wide margin.
Can't have that.
That's just not acceptable.
No. Unless you're one of these teams like a Ravens, Baltimore, the Jets now. you can never, ever, ever, ever have your back be your quarterback be the leading rusher. It still isn't even acceptable on those teams. You still need to have your backs outrun your quarterback, but there's going to be times where your quarterback it's okay for them to outrun the back because they are that explosive. They can have a run that totally sets them off. You know what I mean? So
Isaiah Pacheco, 10 carries for 22 yards.
And I think last week he only had 15 yards, right?
Last week he had 5 carries for 25 yards.
Okay. Yeah, so there we go.
Kareem Hunt, 8 carries for 31 yards. Week 1, he had 5 carries for 16 yards. Patrick Mahomes yesterday had 7 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown.
And those aren't traditional running yards. That's him scrambling probably up a broken play.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's move over to Cowboys-Giants, though.
Yeah, no reliable running game, no weapons in the receiving core right now. They're in trouble, at least until week 7 when Rashee Rice comes back.
And if they can make a move in the trade.
Yeah. Even when he does come back, though, I don't think they're winning unless they get Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, or someone of that ilk. But let's move on to Giants-Cowboys. Let's talk about Malik Neighbors, who had a huge game yesterday, but so did Wan'Dale Robinson, and I don't think he's that great. So we'll see. But it may be also just a product of a lousy Cowboys defense. But do we think Malik Neighbors is a top 5 receiver right now? While you're thinking about it, I'll answer my end of it. I don't think he is right now. I think by end of season, he could be. And I think definitely by the end of next season, he will be.
That's kind of where I was going. I think by the end of the season, we're kind of looking at Malik Neighbors as like a household name top 5 receiver in the league.
Could you imagine
especially since he did it last year?
Yeah.
He did it last year with like no quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Now they kind of have a quarterback. He's a little bit ancient, but they got Russell Wilson running the show.
We'll see what he
actually had a monster game yesterday. But we can't expect that. We can't expect that out of him consistently. No. But Malik Neighbors, I feel like this guy, no matter who's throwing him the football, he's going to shine.
And he's going to make a quarterback look better. And that's why I think with him and Dart could really make a nice little nasty tandem. So, yeah, I have it where he could be by the end of the season, but I think by the end of next season, he is without a doubt, hands down. Let's go into the Steelers.
I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Yeah.
By the end of the season?
He's a top 5.
Right now?
Yeah.
I think I can name 5 receivers that are better than him.
Jamar Chase, for sure.
Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson. Do you put Devontae Adams over him? Because that's questionable. The age and all. So Devontae Adams. So you don't have Devontae Adams. Okay. I mean, if you're talking about long term, Neighbors, obviously. I'm saying like right now.
No, even like right now, I think Neighbors is better.
You'd rather have Neighbors? Okay. Puka?
No, I gotta go with Puka.
Okay, so that's 4. Right? Is that 4? No, that's 3.
Yeah. Puka, Jettas, Chase.
Hill's not.
No. He could be if he goes back to Kansas City. But we'll see.
Nico Collins?
No, I'm taking Malik Neighbors over Nico.
Okay. I take Neighbors over Garrett Wilson too.
I'm taking Neighbors over my guy, DK Metcalf, for sure. Oh, CD Lamb. I think CD is better than Neighbors.
CD. So, all right. So now that's 4. Now we're at 4.
That's a conversation, but you got to give CD the respect.
Yeah, I go CD. I go CD as well. Are we missing anybody? Who else could we be thinking of? Who could be missing?
He's kind of borderline. He's right there on the line.
Oh, what about AJ Brown? So you see, there is a question. you can't sit here and I don't think it's fair to say he's automatically top 5 right now.
He's not automatically top 5, but I think it says a lot about him that.
That he's in the discussion.
Yeah, like I'm genuinely trying to think if I would take him over AJ Brown. I don't think I would.
Can I be honest? I think I would take him over AJ Brown. I think I would.
I feel like the Eagles offense just doesn't really allow AJ Brown and Smith to put up big numbers.
It hasn't so far, but he has in the past.
Yes. When they need it to happen, it happens. I mean, I saw Jalen Hurts and that receiving core absolutely destroy my Steelers secondary last year.
Well, come on.
I mean, yeah, even Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson destroyed our receiving core last week. I mean, our secondary last week. So, you know.
All right, let's go over to Steelers Seahawks since that's your guys over there. Did the Steelers? I mean, did the Seahawks save their season by winning 0-2?
I don't think they did. Only because, actually, no. I take that back. I think they did because the NFC West has kind of surprised me a little bit so far. The 49ers, the Cardinals, and the Rams are all 2-0. So if the Seahawks lose yesterday, they're behind every single one of those teams by 2 games, including the 49ers, who they played against already. Yeah. So they're already behind in the tiebreaker there. So I feel like if they lose yesterday, they're put a fork in them. They're done.
Yeah.
They needed that win.
It's a good road win. Like I said, I don't ever find it really unacceptable to lose to a good team on the road out of the conference.
Yeah.
Those are acceptable. Like if you're the Seahawks and you go and you play the Dolphins in Miami, you need to win that one. If you play the Browns in Cleveland, you need to win that one. But if you're playing a top end team, a Bills, a Steelers, or Ravens, those are acceptable losses, and they went in and they won. So I do, and again, we don't know what we're going to get from the 49ers. Listen, Purdy's going to be out for another month or so. So we don't know if Mac Jones is going to be able to handle it. I know I got a text yesterday. I was watching my Jet game, and before the game, a good friend of mine, 49er fan, like a brother to me, says, "Hey, Mac Jones is starting for you guys, right?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, I was like, "How do you feel?" He goes, "We'll be fine. Mac Jones understands the offense. Blah 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 blah. He came in and you look decent since he left New England." He's like, "I think we'll be all right." It must have been like 10 minutes into the it must have been like 110, 115. Text me. Forget what I said before. So now they won the game, but he must have had some bad plays. I didn't see the bad plays because again, I wasn't focused on that game. So he must have had some bad plays to start that game. But that's when he texted me, like literally like a half hour later.
He finished with a good line, 279, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
That's all you can ask for, bro. That's your backup.
They're playing the New Orleans Saints,
which is probably the worst team in the league this year.
Yeah, you can't put much stock in.
But on the road in a dome, so it's a good win.
Yeah,
I mean you got to win that game.
Yeah, you got to win that game.
Like if Purdy's playing, there's no excuse. There's an excuse because you have a backup quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, if Purdy plays that game and they lose,
and no Kittle too. Let's not forget no Kittle as well. There's no Purdy, no Kittle.
Yeah.
So
when is Brandon Ayuk coming back?
Hopefully never.
Damn.
I think he is so overrated, bro. He is so overrated. I wouldn't want him on my team, but especially with that contract.
I wanted him on my team before last season.
Listen.
And now I'm kind of glad that he's not on my team.
He's had his moments, but again, what about the Bengals, man? Losing out on Burrow, which he is my fantasy quarterback. Cost me my game this week. against you know who I lost? Who I playing this week? I was playing Allen, and I lost to him because Joe Burrow got hurt.
Damn.
And I had Jordan Love as right there too. So now I know Jordan Love's my guy going forward. Burrow's out. He's gonna miss. They're saying he's probably gonna miss the season. They say that maybe he comes back by January. By then, I can't see it being worth bringing him back. I think they're not gonna be in the picture. I don't think with Jake Browning. So I think just hold him out for the rest of the year. We'll see it. We'll see in September. But say again.
I tend to agree with you. I think they're still going to be able to put up points. I think.
With those receivers, the offensive line is horrendous.
Oh yeah,
horrendous. But they do have receivers where if you could just get it to them in the area, they'll bring it down.
Yeah. I mean, so that's the best. That's the best receiving duo in the NFL right now.
Yeah. Oh, they're both ones.
Yeah,
they're both ones.
So, like you said, you put any decent quarterback out there, they're going to be able to make something happen. But the defense is horrific, and the offensive line is horrific. Is brutal.
I mean, it's also the division they play in. They got to play the Steelers twice, the Ravens, the Browns, who are a train wreck. It's a divisional game, so they're going to play them tough.
Bro, their next 5 games, they could go 0-5 at Minnesota.
And they're 2-0 right now. So they got 2 wins in the books already. They got it in the bank.
That's really going to help them out. If they were 0-2 right now,
season's over.
Yeah, they're completely
The fact that they have 2 wins in the bank in 2 games gives you a glimmer of hope.
Because there's only so many games on the schedule. So to start 2-0 is huge.
And Jake Browning, if I remember correctly, I'll pull the stat line up, because I know I looked at it before. I don't think he was either 3 picks though, right?
So here's their next 5 games. At Minnesota, at Denver. They get Detroit at home, at Green Bay, and then they get the Steelers at home on a Thursday night after a short week.
Wow.
They could lose all 5 of those games. Then they get the Jets at home, so they'll probably get a bounce-back win after a 5-game losing streak.
Yeah. Well, the way it's going, who knows? You're probably right.
Even after their bye week, they come out of the bye week at Pittsburgh versus New England, at Baltimore, at Buffalo versus Baltimore. Like, they're done for.
I know we want to talk a little. I'll tell you what I love. First of all, bad loss by Jacksonville. You should have won that game. It's a road game. Should have won it still. I'm starting to think Lawrence isn't the guy.
You're starting to think he is the guy?
Isn't. I mean, there was already whispers last year, right? That we were like, I don't know, man. Like, it should have came sooner by now, right? 24-42.
Year 4, year 5?
I think it's year 5.
Yeah, I mean, if he hasn't figured it
out. And he's already got the big contract. He's already got the big contract, right? 24-42.
I don't think he's going to.
24-42, 271, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. QBR 34.7, bro.
Were they bad interceptions, though?
I don't know. I mean, any interception is really bad, right? But, I mean, yeah, no, you make a good point.
You look at the Chiefs. Like we were talking about the Chiefs and the Eagles game. The turning point in that game is probably the Mahomes interception on 2nd and goal.
Oh,
that interception was Travis Kelce's fault.
That was so bad.
Kelce drops the ball and it gets picked off. But you look at the stat sheet and it says Mahomes interception. Anyone who watches the game knows that wasn't his fault. You look at the Steelers game. Aaron Rodgers had an interception in the end zone because Calvin Austin messed up his route and brought the defense back to the other receiver. Then he catches the ball, drops it into the defender's hand for an interception in the end zone.
I've never seen a quarterback get the benefit of the doubt on picks more than Aaron Rodgers in my life. Do you know what I mean? How many picks does he have because the receiver didn't?
I mean, if we're being honest, he doesn't have that
It
many picks.
happens.
He doesn't have that many picks to begin with.
It happens. But I feel like it happens a lot with him.
I feel like it happens mostly with Mahomes, honestly. Maybe that's just because the Chiefs.
I think it's an excuse. I think it's an excuse. I know Aaron Rodgers loves to put the blame on other people.
If the receiver
last year in New York, well, that's different. That's fair. That's different. That's fair. But you know, like, I mean, come on. Just take some accountability, Aaron. Take some accountability. I'll tell you who I love is this kid Tootin, the running back from Jacksonville. Didn't get a lot of opportunity yesterday. Only 8 carries, but 42 yards on the 8 carries. A couple of catches for 32 yards. Had a 24-yard catch. I love that kid. So, yes, gun to your head today. Are the Bengals making the playoffs? They're 2-0. Are they making the playoffs?
No. That schedule is just too brutal. There's at least like 7 games on there that I think are guaranteed losses.
I agree. 100%. You know, I do want to talk a little bit about the Yankees. Can we do that for a little bit before we get out of here?
Yeah.
4 games out. This will be our final topic, and then we'll get out of here. 4 games out. The schedule is in our favor, though. So here's how it goes. 4 games out. We got Minnesota, who we crush every time. Baltimore, last place team. They're winding their season down. Chicago White Sox, absolutely horrendous team as well. You got the Blue Jays. They got Tampa, hanging around, always playing for pride. KC, not great, but
yeah, Tampa's a team that they'll never lay down.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's a prideful organization. As bad as they are always trying to play tough. And then you have Boston, who's trying to make it in too. So it really benefits us.
We have how many games left, though?
I think it's 13.
13 games left. And we're essentially down by 5 games because the Blue Jays have the tiebreaker. There's just no way.
What do you go for these last 13 games? What do you think is a realistic outcome?
10-3. 10-3, maybe. For them to win the division, they'd probably have to go like 12-1.
What's the Blue Jays record over there last?
They got a lot of road games. The Blue Jays aren't that good on the road.
No.
And then they finish with 6 games at home against the Sox and the Rays. And they also have the same amount, 13 games left. I think the Blue Jays go like 8-5.
So if they can go, I have them going 7-6.
I was gonna say if they go 7-6, the Yankees would have to go 12-1 or better. And there's only one thing that's better than 12-1, obviously. They would have to go 12-1 to win.
Well, there's more than one thing. 13-1 is better.
You're gonna go 13-1 in 13 games?
I've done it before. No, all right, that's fair. No. So so the magic number is going to start counting down. To be honest, I don't know if I want to win the division. I don't want the layoff, man. I want to keep playing. You've seen too many teams, although I don't believe it affected the teams last year, but I've seen too many teams kind of lose momentum
I don't want to see. I don't want to see the Red Sox in the first round.
I think we could beat the Red Sox in the first round. I'm not worried about them.
I think we can too, but I almost feel like it's a psychological thing now.
This show will be fun with the
Red
nice
Sox
with a Red Sox Yankees series. We first round. You and Javi should have some fun on the show.
If the Red Sox beat the Yankees in the playoffs, I am retiring.
From everything?
From everything. Even work. Even the boathouse.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
I don't know what I'm talking about either.
You should retire from life. Anyway, that's going to do the show. Oh, real quick, Devin Williams. Do you feel a little bit more confident? He's had a pretty last 3 outings have been decent.
No.
And
no.
higher leverage than typical because they've been in the 7th and 8th.
No. I don't want to see Devin Williams in any 8th or 9th inning situation in the playoffs.
Or 7th. I want to see him either up big or down big. I don't want to see him if we're down 2 runs. We have to be down like 4 runs or more.
You know
we need to be up 5 runs.
You know what I'm really excited about, though? Probably the best thing that happened in sports this weekend. Seeing the Yankees get a fucking run off of Aroldis Chapman on Saturday night.
I hate Aroldis Chapman.
I hate him.
The way he sold us out, I mean, he stopped caring. And now you're going to go back and be the best closer again in baseball when you're like, how old is Aroldis Chapman? I thought he was washed, bro. The last time he seemed like, he's all right.
I thought he was washed too. And now all of a sudden he's like the reliever of the year. It's insane.
And the worst part is he got in trouble for like shooting a gun at his wife. Allegedly. I don't know if I think it was allegedly.
He should be in prison. But instead, he's on the Boston Red Sox and he's gonna win reliever of the year.
He's a beloved figure at Fenway.
But it's all right. Who was that smacked a double off of him the other day off the wall? Was it Bellinger?
I
think it was Bellinger. It was an RBI double off the monster.
Yeah, I think it was Bellinger.
I think that's the first run that he's given up in like, I don't even know how long.
Listen, at the end of the day, congratulate him. He had a great year.
That's good though. Let him get this all out now so that once the playoffs start, he can go back to his usual choking self.
He didn't choke for the Cubs those years ago.
Yeah, he didn't.
So, but
he's still unchoked.
But guys, that's gonna do it for this week, man. You're gonna see next week Javi will be back, and it'll be you two guys talking about all sorts of probably some week 3 stuff. Definitely some playoff baseball, I think. Right? As we get closer to
this is gonna be fun. Steelers Pats this Sunday. So I'll be able to.
So you guys will be doing the recap. I didn't realize they were playing week 3. You're right.
Yeah. So I'll be able to go on Victory Monday.
All right, cool. Well,
I guess Rookies of the Year.
Rookies of the Year. Guys, tune in tomorrow at 10 a.m. You'll have Prop Stars on. Remember, they're going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays now, 10 a.m. So make sure you tune in. And Wednesdays, 9:30, obviously, Sports Rants with Abby and Friends. We have a special guest coming in this Wednesday. He's a secret guest. He's not famous, but just someone I want to bring on to have some fun with us. So make sure you guys tune in on Wednesday at 9:30. Other than that, anything else, Rob?
Nah.
Thank you for the dramatic pause just for nah. Appreciate that.
I mean,
all right, guys.
I had to make them think there was something going on.
Well done. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later. Adios.
All right.